If you've got a 07 to 13 Toyota Tundra, chances are you've seen hundreds of different LED headlight bulbs on the market today. And in today's video, I'm going to show you guys some of the best ones possible for these trucks, and more importantly, how you can install them at home yourself using basic hand tools. Now, one thing I want to mention to you guys before we even get started, if your headlights on your Toyota Tundra look like these ones, if they are hazy, foggy, or yellowed at all, trust me, you're going to want to replace those first. You can get a replacement set of headlights for reasonably cheap. They don't cost a whole lot of money. They don't take a whole lot to install. I'm going to show you guys how to remove them in the first place here. But if you've got this effect going on, you're going to actually block a lot of your light. And the best LED bulb on the planet today will not make up for a hazy headlight assembly. Now today I've got a handful of different bulbs. Some of them are the most popular options in the market today, and others are pulled right from our YouTube comments section. So if you see a bulb online that you'd like tested, by all means comment below. We read the comments, we respond to them, and we add them to test just like this one. Today we're going to be using a digital lux meter. We're going to back the truck up from about 25 feet from the wall, and we're going to measure the usable light output that each bulb provides. Not only that, we're going to show you guys the exact beam pattern you'd get with each bulb and let you guys make the decision as far as what you want in your headlights. Now the first step in upgrading your headlights is popping the hood. And you're going to need a 10mm socket, and you're going to need a flat pry tool to do this job. Now the first step in removing this headlight itself is removing this trim piece below the headlight. It's painted and it's got these two plastic clips on the side, and these things are extremely brittle on these particular Toyota Tundras. It's very easy to break these. If you break them, it's not a huge deal. You can get replacements from any parts store. Use a pry tool, get under the center of it. You can pry that center section out just like this and pull the clip toward you. And like I said, these things can be very brittle, very easy to break. If you break them, you can get them at any parts store, O'Reilly's, Napa, whatever's nearby. Pops out just like that. And now this trim piece can be removed. Now these trim pieces just pull toward you. On some of them they can be a little bit snug, and if you gently use that same pry tool you used to get those clips off, you can work it between the fender here and the plastic piece and just gently pull it toward you. It'll snap free. Pull it toward you and remove it from the vehicle. With that trim piece removed, you can remove this single 10mm bolt right here. Now on the top of the headlight there are two 10mm bolts to remove, one over here, one right here. With those bolts removed, you can pull the headlight away from the truck and access the wiring on the back. Now this is our low beam bulb right here. It's an H11 bulb. You can press in on the tab down below to disconnect the bulb, twist the bulb counterclockwise, remove it from the truck. At this point you can install whichever LED bulb you choose to. I'm going to show you guys the GTR lighting bulb just going in. Clicks in, turn it clockwise to lock it in place, and you can plug the driver in to your factory wiring now. At this point you can reinstall the headlight into the truck. Now this is what your stock low beam looks like on your Toyota Tundra from 2007 to 2013. As you can see, while it's not very bright, it does have a nice beam pattern, and this comes in at 250 maximum lux. What we want to try to do today is find a bulb that allows us to keep that factory beam pattern but brightens it up. Now the first bulb we're going to test today is the Nighteye bulb. Now this one came in at 630 maximum lux, and the reason we started with this one is it's a relatively affordable bulb that you're going to see commonly on Amazon and eBay. And while it came in at 630 maximum lux, look at how blue that light output is. Not only is it blue, but it kind of lacks a distinct hotspot, where we did have a distinct hotspot with the factory pattern. Not the best option. Next up is the Nineo bulb. This one came in at 430 maximum lux, and for some reason it just didn't play well in this particular headlight. And we get that a lot on this channel. We've got bulbs that do really well in certain housings and not so great in others. And I believe that's the case here. This one, when fully seated and clocked properly, just didn't perform that great. As you can see, we got a fractured beam pattern. We lost our hot spot. I can't really recommend this bulb. Next up is Diode Dynamics. Now these guys are one of the only bulbs in this test that is made in the USA, and it came in at 930 maximum lux. I would also argue that it's got the whitest light output out of all of them. Looks very good on the wall. It came in at 930, which is a good upgrade over 250. A good beam pattern, not a bad option. The Morimoto 2-stroke came in at 950 maximum lux. It's got a good looking beam pattern, definitely not a bad option. This is one we get asked about all the time in the comments section on our YouTube videos, and we had to include it in this test. Now the SV4 bulb has been a channel favorite for quite a long time, and it's easy to see why. It's got a nice distinct beam pattern, it's completely flat, the hot spot's exactly where it belongs, and it came in at 1280 maximum lux. It's a big upgrade over 250. This is a good looking option. Now the GTR Lighting Ultra Series 2 bulb came in at 1350 maximum lux. It's got a nice white light output, and it is brighter than the SV4 bulb. Now I will argue that the SV4 bulb had a slightly better beam pattern, but if you're looking for raw light output, the GTR lighting bulb is a solid choice. Now this is what the stock high beam looks like, and I'll just say this, no matter what bulb you choose, I would highly recommend matching the low and high beams together. So if you do the Diode Dynamics SL1 bulb, I'd run that same bulb in your high beam just so that your colors match. They're made from the same manufacturer. It'll make everything just so much easier. If you run the GTR Lighting Ultra Series 2 bulb, do that for the low and high beam as well. For the sake of this demonstration, since the GTR Lighting Ultra Series 2 bulb was the brightest, we're going to install that in a second in the high beam and just show you guys what you get. The stock high beam came in at 600 maximum lux. As you can see, it's an awfully fractured, kind of weird high beam. Not sure what's up with that. This is a factory Toyota headlight. But let's jump over to the GTR bulbs. Now with the GTR Lighting Ultra Series 2 bulbs in the low and the high beam, it came in at 1900 maximum lux. And as you can see, we've turned this headlight into a light cannon. This thing is unbelievable. If you hit that high beam switch at night, you're going to be impressed. Now this truck came in today to actually get a set of Morimoto XB LED headlights installed. We're going to do that off camera. We've already done a video on it. If your truck needs headlight housings, if you're in the position that this guy was in and you've got yellowed, hazy headlight housings, and you're debating between installing new housings and new bulbs or just a complete set of XB LED headlight housings, check out that video. It'll help you guys make the decision. Now, as you just saw, there are some very good LED headlight bulb options for the Toyota Tundra. However, we did just get done shooting a video on installing the new Morimoto XB LED headlights that just came out for these Tundras as well. So you've got a lot of different options, and if you've got a truck like this and you're not sure what you want to do, click subscribe. We've got a lot of videos coming out on the Tundra. You don't want to miss any of them.